Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, January 5th, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I find my integrity and balance somewhere between the shoulds and the sense of responsibility to the life I want to live. All right, so it's a little bit of a longer mantra. It was hard to find the right words to convey this, but basically the feeling of that bridging, the bridging between the life you think you have to live, the life we've all been conditioned to think we live, right? The shoulds that we have, the things that we have to do, like pay our bills and, work to make money or whatever. So those are kind of like the shoulds. And the calling of your soul to live a more fulfilled life, in alignment with that soul destiny energy, which sometimes can be a little bit of a, like I said, a bridge between those areas. And sometimes we just focus on the shoulds because we don't think that responsibility is possible, that we can get there. I'm telling you that you can. And so sometimes just knowing that there's a bridge there, that you can balance those worlds, makes so much sense as I think about this Astro in a whole, that you can balance those worlds is just something you need to know. So, we're going to talk about Friday and Saturday specifically. I'm like, I didn't even look at Sunday to see what was going on there. I did. I was like, whatever. So, the big thing that I'm feeling coming in is the sun squaring Chiron. That's going to be happening at 12:35 a.m. Saturday morning. So we're going to be feeling this building today, Friday. And this is the essence of our energy mantra for today. Capricorn can get us in the shoulds. And again, there's no depreciation to the shoulds. Like, it's wonderful to pay bills. And it's wonderful that we can turn our lights on, right? But sometimes the fulfilling those things can be challenging, right? And then we have this bigger calling to be who we are. Chiron in Aries. Chiron and the North Node in Aries have been working us. In fact, the sun, once it passes Chiron, is going to be pulling on the nodes later this week and pulling on these energies. So this is gonna extend beyond today. It's really important that we come and shed our layers and be who we really are. But a lot of times the conditioning, the shoulds beyond the shoulds beyond the daily shoulds, who you think you should be, who you've been conditioned to be, the politics of living, in essence, pile on. It's like wearing many jackets, which can weigh you down. And make you too hot, which can make you angry. Your cells get angry not being who you are. We've got this energy coming in. And it's not a point a finger that way, point a finger that way. It's learning how to balance those. So where you can face the responsibility energy, but where you also acknowledge the truth of who you are. We are working to bridge that in this Astro. You may feel some frustrations come up in and through this. You may feel some of your deeper suppression arise in and through this energy. We're also going into the dark of the moon this weekend. We have the moon in Scorpio, moving into Scorpio today, and the moon in Scorpio can bring up again some of the survival stuff, some of those deeper issues going on. And then we're heading into the dark of the moon, preparing for a new moon next week. And so feelings around this, maybe even powerlessness as we have the moon in Scorpio, could arise. This powerlessness is also compounded by that Pluto at 29 degrees. Pluto at 29 degrees is hoping to empower your personal authority. However, it can also show you where you can feel disempowered by the conditioning. So this energy has a lot of sneaky layers. Now, what I was looking at before I recorded is the universe, like, always knows, like, it's like, you know, okay, I really want you to be working here. Like, these planets are so orchestrated. It's such a choreographed dance. So we've got some Sagittarius energy going on, which is reminding you your vision is important. Venus and Mercury in Sagittarius are like, hold on to the vision. Hold on to what excites your soul. Hold on to what feels expansive for you. And then the Capricorn's like, hold on, I can find a way. But Capricorn gets a little bit more practical about things. And sometimes we need to come down to the brass tacks. Sometimes we need to come down to the reality. It's this way when it comes to you unleashing your soul I am energy. That there are places where have that vision, have the starry eyes, feel that energy. And then there's other places where it's like, okay, now how do I bring this forth in reality? How can I bring this to this layer, to this level? So, like I said, we're going to be feeling this. I actually pulled cards for just this weekend and for Friday. So let's look at just this weekend. Sometimes we gotta go forward before we go back. We're opening a jar. So I love these. I got the creativity, which is the Empress, and the healing. So to me, this is a call to nurture whatever healing you may need when it comes to who you are, your soul I am energy, your sense of personal responsibility, and noticing where there is suppression energy, because the suppression card came out with that. Now, to backtrack, like I said, today, Friday, we have the moon in Scorpio. Before the moon goes into Scorpio, we will have the moon in Libra squaring Pluto. That moon in Libra, where you peace out everywhere else and don't peace in, may come up in and through that energy. Fortunately, it's early in the morning, but still, on one layer or another, we do experience it. The moon into Scorpio then makes the rest of the connections, connecting to Mars, still new in Capricorn, still just trying to get its bearings and start moving forward. But remember, this is a time when you can establish beautiful patterns to support your deeper sense of you, to support your personal sense of responsibility, to support your soul mission. How do you take those steps? How can you find that alignment? Moon and Saturn, speaking of shittiness, are going to be connecting, but Saturn's in Pisces, and Saturn in Pisces knows there's a lot more layers to us than just this physical 3D thing. You know, like that spirit and soul, all of your etheric levels, these are important. These are part of who and what you bring to this planet, and who and what you bring is important. Moon also opposing Jupiter. Jupiter hanging out in Taurus. Ugh, this brings up some of those Taurus Scorpio layers. Watch for where fears come up. And notice, how empowered are you in your fears? How relevant are the fears to who you are? And how are you being called to presence your way through them? So, how can you presence your way? How can you be with yourself through any little things that are arising in and through you? Just for the rest of the weekend, I think that Sun Chiron thing, that's probably good enough to look at there. Card-wise, be here now. And the being here now is moment to moment. I do have the intensity card, though. And like I said, some of these little things, Moon and Scorpio can be intense. Moon and Scorpio can take us to deep and dark layers. I'm hearing in my head Highway to the Danger Zone. There was a few other songs that came up when I was looking at this, but they all left, and Highway to the Danger Zone is what is here. So, moment to moment, but you may feel intense. You may feel that rush, especially as Mars moves beyond the 0 degrees. Take it easy. You're not in a rush. Be present. Be here now. We've got some celebration energy. I get by with a little help from my friends. Lean on the support you need. This is also a card, I always say, hard times require furious dancing. If you are feeling that intensity, kick out the jams. see where you can turn up the music and dance a little to help move whatever intensity is coming through for you. Finally, I think the intensity is really related to the mental energies. Mercury still kind of hanging out at that 22 degrees. By later Friday, I think it'll be moving on out. But we're still reviewing these lessons. Watch for the mental shouldinesses. Find your inner alignment. Find your presence. And that's going to help you move through. All right, so that's it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. 2024 readings still available. If you would like something like that, check out all my offerings below. And besides all that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember who you are. Namaste.